from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 10th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A Hazleton man has been arrested for attempted arson at a home near Locust Street. WYLN's Abby Piskel spoke with the victim in this case, who described last night's scary scene.
58-year-old Gary Smith allegedly threw a Molotov cocktail at a woman's home near 18th and Locust Streets early Wednesday morning. Neighbors said that they heard glass break and saw the victim's porch on fire, and they quickly extinguished the flames. One neighbor followed Smith, who fled on foot to the area of 21st Street and Hanover Court, where officers then took him into custody. We spoke with the victim, who described last night's incident. The victim asked us to conceal their identity for their own protection.
I was in bed, and I was kind of sleeping, and it was just like twilight, just before you go out totally, and I started hearing screams. It was my neighbor calling my name, and I couldn't understand why she was yelling, and I went down. I got dressed and went downstairs, and when I opened up my front door, I could smell gasoline, and I looked on the porch, and there was glass, and a bottle had broke, and my neighbor was saying she was on the phone with 911, and somebody tried to set my house on fire. And at that point, I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was totally lost.
The homeowner stated that they do not know Smith or the reason why he tried to set their house on fire.
I couldn't figure out why somebody would do that. It boggled my mind right then and there. And then when I was talking to, like I said, my neighbors, and my neighbors put the fire out, and they went chased the guy, and there was actually a good Samaritan that was coming down. He had slowed down. He didn't know what was going on, and he called 911 also. And he took off in his car after the guy, because the guy was on foot. I thank God for my neighbors, and everybody should be looking out for each other. And this has got to stop. If this, I don't know why he did this to me, because I have no idea who he is. But until I find out the reason, it's gonna keep me up at night. It really is, because I don't know if he acted alone or if there was other people involved.
Smith is charged with 2 counts of arson and 1 count each reckless burning and possession of incendiary materials. He was arraigned this morning by Magisterial District Judge Tom McMalloy and taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $75,000 bail.
I just want to thank the firefighters for coming down and having such a quick response, and the police for apprehending him so quickly. I thank them both, because they did an extraordinary job last night to get him within anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes after everything had happened. So I thank him again.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you very much, Abby. Well, no cause yet for a South Church Street fire last night. It broke out in a vacant building near Walnut Street at 9799 South Church around 8 o'clock last night. The stubborn fire took about an hour and a half to extinguish completely. Damage was severe, but there were no reported injuries. The building had been condemned by code enforcement and has often been targeted by vandals. Firefighters found holes cut into the floors and walls torn out by vandals, which affected how they battled the fire. A police patrol unit saw smoke coming from that building. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Day 2 of testimony in Kathleen Kane's trial was today. 2 witnesses took the stand on Tuesday: Montgomery County Detective Paul Bradbury and Bruce Beamer, who served as Kane's first deputy after Adrienne King resigned in June of 2014. Prosecutors said Kane's main driving force was revenge for a story which criticized her for not prosecuting a state house bribery ring. Kane is charged with perjury and obstruction for allegedly released grand jury documents to the Philly Daily News in an effort to embarrass rival Frank Fina. First responders are being advised by Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis that a drug by the name of carfentanil is causing an overwhelming number of overdoses. The overdoses are happening in close proximity to western Pennsylvania. 20 of the approximate 200 overdoses have been fatal. This synthetic opioid potency is 10,000 times that of morphine or pure heroin and 100 times that of fentanyl. First responders are asked when handling the drug to be careful and use personal protective equipment since it can be absorbed through the skin. The signs and symptoms of exposure of carfentanil are listed on your screen now. In a press release, Salavantis said, quote, although we have not seen a case in our region, at least that we are aware of, it is important to be proactive and informed in the event this drug makes its way across the state, unquote. Salavantis is asking the first responders who come in contact with a case involving this to contact her office immediately. The latest Quinnipiac poll has Hillary Clinton up by 10 points in Pennsylvania, 52-42. When you add in third-party candidates, Clinton tops Trump's 48 to 39%, with 7% for Libertarian Gary Johnson and 3% for Green Party's Jill Stein. Clinton leads women by 23, while Trump leads men by 5. Both major candidates have negative favorability ratings, Clinton 44 to 51 and Trump 36 to 57. Among Clinton supporters, 37% say they are pro-Clinton, while 48% are anti-Trump and 10% say they back the Democratic nominee. Among Trump supporters, 32% say they are pro-Trump, while 54% are anti-Clinton and 9% say they will back the Republican nominee. Tom Marnell has passed away. He had a long involvement with civic activities in Hazleton dating back decades. A former city police officer, he was promoted to lieutenant while in his early 30s. He was later elected to city council and still later to the Hazleton Area School Board. While on the school board, he was one of the drivers behind the district's historic Project 2000 building program in the 1990s, which was the first attempt to address overcrowding in the district. He died after a 4-year battle with brain cancer. Tom Marnell was 69 years old. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Heavy downpours this morning and a muggy afternoon. But what can we expect for the end of our work week? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe?
Well, we have some more muggy weather to talk about. We have some more heat to talk about as well, and this unstable weather with the showers and thunderstorms still going to be kicking around for the next couple of days. I'll explain with the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the Wilkes-Barre Area School Board met last night, and members of the group Save Our Schools presented an alternative plan to save Myers High School. Plus, a look at a popular church festival in Mountaintop that's getting ready to begin this weekend. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Downley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Were you satisfied with your child's education this school year? Well, take a look at what Marian Catholic High School has to offer. Students are challenged academically, spiritually, morally, and physically. Excellent student-teacher ratio and a full array of clubs and activities. 90% of all grads continue on to higher education. A sound investment in your child's future. Affordable tuition and scholarships are available. Log on to our website or call today for a free tour.
Enter your name and phone number for a chance to win a pair of tickets for a rafting adventure with Whitewater Challengers for a trip down the Lehigh River. Winners will be announced August 16th on WYLN's Evening Edition at 5:30 p.m. and Late Edition at 10 p.m. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1110 to enter. 2 pair of tickets will be given away. Get ready to get soaked with an exciting rafting trip from Whitewater Challengers.
The Wilkes-Barre Area School Board met last night and let the group Save Our Schools make a presentation on an alternative plan to save Myers High School. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more on this meeting.
The Wilkes-Barre Area School Board is still going with their original plan to build a new high school on the Coughlin site after a member of the group Save Our Schools presented another plan. The board met last night at Solomon Plains Elementary Middle School and let a member of the group Save Our Schools present an alternative plan to save Myers High School. Also brought up at the meeting was the possibility of terminating a teacher, Brian Hampel, who allegedly was a lookout for Coughlin High School teacher Stephen Stahl, who had sex with a student back in 2004. Even though the board let Save Our Schools make a presentation during the meeting, Vice President of the Wilkes-Barre Area School Board Denise Thomas says the board is still sticking with the plan they voted on last year.
The plan that was voted on in June of 2015 was to combine both Myers and Coughlin on the Coughlin site. We are going, as far as I'm concerned, we are going to continue with that plan. Dr. Shields had an excellent presentation tonight. We're willing to listen to anyone's suggestions and concerns. I still believe that we're going in the right direction. I believe that we need to build a school on the old Coughlin site.
Member of SOS, Mark Shiowitz, who made the presentation, says the plan includes restoring Myers High School and building a new Coughlin High School in Plains. The group believes their plan would save the district $40 million. One local example of restoring a school is the Castle in Hazleton.
Restoration of some of these older schools, once done, they can last indefinitely, even according to the State Department of Education. One example of that kind of thing was done in Hazleton when the castle was restored. The community obviously didn't want to lose that structure, and now it's very well restored. A similar case we discussed from Wilmington, Delaware, was the C.S. DuPont School, similar size as Myers High School, built about the same era, and it was restored for a lot less money than we're talking about at Myers, and they maintained many of the historic aspects of the school, but at the same time modernized throughout. So
there has been quite the controversy of the board releasing interior plans of the new high school. With Thomas being the chair of security and safety for the district, she does not want to release the plans to the public.
I don't believe it's a good idea to release the interior design of these schools. Some of them may have been released in the past, but as for the new schools, I think it's an absolute reckless decision to release any sort of floor plans or any kind of designs because of the fact of what our world is crazy, and the last thing I will do is put any child or employee at risk.
The next regularly scheduled monthly meeting will be on Monday, September 12th at 7 p.m. at the Administration Building. In Plains Township, for WILN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Thank you, Erin. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. All that and more, plus sports, is coming your way. Stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Stop by Thomas Farms, 556 St. John's Road in Drums for pick your own sweet and hot peppers, tomatoes, beans, eggplant, cabbage, and herbs. Don't forget to stop by every Thursday, 10 to 4, near the Foster Township Recycle Center.
Vinny's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant in Hazleton, serving fresh homemade Italian food, pizza, pasta, wings, and home of the wedgie. Vinny's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant in Hazleton. Drive in or pick up, and we deliver. Call 455-4444.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible, with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
We continue to have to deal with the heat and humidity across our area, showers and thunderstorms prevailing, and this weather pretty much is going to be persistent over the next several days. We're going to be looking at temperatures getting up into the 80s. Humidity levels definitely a big factor across our area. And we're also going to have to deal with showers and thunderstorms in our forecast for at least the next several days. Right now, I mean, we got quite a bit of clouds present, a little bit of some sunshine. We did have those showers and thunderstorms that moved through. There's still some showers and thunderstorms throughout parts of the state of Pennsylvania. And again, this weather is going to be persistent over the next couple of days. And in terms of winds right now, you just don't get much relief from any of the humidity and the heat that we've been having, because the winds generally relatively light until some of those storms come through. All right, on to the live conditions and what we're expecting. And this is going to be the case over the next several days. Going to continue to remain in the 80s. In fact, we're at 81 degrees outside our station in Hazleton. But the big news is the humidity levels. When you get those dew points in the 70s, you walk outside, it feels very tropical, it feels very uncomfortable. You kind of get the point. It just feels blah, if you will. And we did pick up 0.4 of an inch since the midnight hour, and the pressure 30.23 inches of mercury. And again, those winds, you just don't get any kind of relief. They continue to be relatively light across our area. So how did we do temperature-wise for the day? Getting up to 72, the low being 69, so definitely was a mild start to our morning, a muggy morning, and we only managed to see a wind gust coming in at 15 miles per hour. So what can we expect over the next couple of days? This is going to be persistent. A persistent weather pattern the next few days. We're going to continue to have to deal with the muggy weather. Temperatures in the 80s. Many areas will be in the mid to upper 80s. We're going to have to deal with some showers and thunderstorms across our area, very similar to what we saw today. We'll have to deal with that tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into early next week. But one thing for certain, once we start getting into early next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it gets a little bit cooler across our area. We're only going to be getting up into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees, but that's not going to be the case the next couple of days and nights. It's going to continue to remain muggy. And take a look at some of those overnight lows. For the most part, we're going to be only dropping down into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Stick around. We'll continue to have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
Enter your name and phone number for a chance to win a pair of tickets for a rafting adventure with Whitewater Challengers for a trip down the Lehigh River. Winners will be announced August 16th on WYLN's Evening Edition at 5:30 p.m. and Late Edition at 10 p.m. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1110 to enter. 2 pair of tickets will be given away. Get ready to get soaked with an exciting rafting trip from Whitewater Challengers.
Maylath Valley Health Systems in Cybertsville, providing physical, occupational, speech, nutritional, and outpatient therapy. Also offering home health and hospice care. For more information, call 570-708-2929.
I'm Abby Piskel. I was born and raised here in Hazleton, and I'm excited to be a part of the WILN team to bring communities together through the power of television. Welcome back to WYLN News. I'm Abby Piskel, and I'm here at St. Jude's Grove, joined by Father Joe Evanko to tell us a little bit about the St. Jude's Festival that will be happening this weekend. So, Father, tell me, I know that the festival is this weekend, a lot of great food, entertainment. Just tell me a little bit about it.
Well, St. Jude's Festival here in Mountaintop, this is our 63rd, so it's got a long history, and as you can see, we have a permanent grove structure, and it's very large, and we're definitely one of the largest in the whole area when we do this, so it's a great time with all kind of food and events, and it's happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so just come out to enjoy the food, enjoy the booths. We have we have great theme baskets, Vera Bradley, wine and spirits booth, we have a chicken dinner on Sunday, as well as all the typical bizarre food that everybody in our area is used to really participating in.
So church picnics always have a great amount of food, a variety of selections. Tell me a little bit about the different stands that you'll have that will be providing food.
We have the regular sidewalk cafe, which provides all the typical things in terms of hamburger, hot dogs, kielbasa, things like that. We also have a steamed clams. We have a pizza stand. Everything you could think about. We have pierogies. All the things you think about at a picnic we have, plus more, just because we have a great setup here.
Now, with such a great large setup, will there be different types of entertainment each day of the festival?
Yes, we will have Friday night. We have a DJ because Friday night's more about people just gathering and kind of just hanging out with each other and eating. Saturday, we do have a band. Saturday night's a big night for a band. And Sunday, we have local talent. We have people who actually volunteer their time that are in the music industry that will do different kind of acts. And sometimes it's kids acts in terms of dancing and things like that. Sometimes it's local singers that just give us a couple hours. So there's always some kind of entertainment going on throughout the weekend.
Now, for anyone who wants to attend the festival, do they need to buy tickets? Do they have to be purchased in advance? Can they get purchased here?
No, everybody is welcome. Most people know because we get great crowds, thank God. The one thing that's different this year is that we are in the midst of our construction of the new church, which the proceeds every year from this picnic have been going to that and will continue to do so. So we're limited with parking on site. So on site will be handicap parking, but what's new this year is that we have a family drop-off lane. So you can come on the campus, you can drop off your family, then drive to the Crestwood High School parking lot, and we have a shuttle bus service that will bring you back. Or you can just park at Crestwood High School parking lot and the shuttle bus will bring you over, and that's running around the clock for the 3 days. And so we encourage everybody to do that, to park at Crestwood, because it just makes it easier and it'll be more, even though maybe a little inconvenient for people that are used to just parking here on the grounds. This year, due to the construction side, we have to do that. So, but it's all set up. We have it worked out between the bus drop-off lane or the bus lane and the family drop-off lane that it should really be fine.
Well, it certainly sounds like it's going to be a great time. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Just tell people to come out and enjoy it?
We just come out and enjoy it. We have a huge raffle with great prizes, which people always like. And we just have a lot going on. And the history of St. Jude's is well known. So we hope our regulars come out, plus more from the Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre area. We usually get a ton of people. So.
Thank you, Father. Again, the festival will be held this weekend, and all are encouraged to attend at the St. Jude's Grove, right off Route 309 in Mountain Top. Stay tuned. More news is coming your way here on WYLN.
Stop by Thomas Farms, 556 St. John's Road in Drums for pick your own sweet and hot peppers, tomatoes, beans, eggplant, cabbage, and herbs. Don't forget to stop by every Thursday, 10 to 4, near the Foster Township Recycle Center.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
I'm Gary Perna. I was born and raised here in Clare, Schuylkill County. I'm proud to be a part of the WYLN team, and I'm excited to be part as WYLN brings communities together through the power of television.
The Schuylkill League exists for other sports, maintaining traditional rivalries. And it was effectively the same in football. But this year, the name finally catches up with the addition of one team. That was the big topic today at Schuylkill County Media Day.
This media day comes around, it lets you know that all the stuff you've been working on all off season, all spring and into the summer, it's time to see if those pieces of the puzzle can go together.
A new piece to the former Anthracite, now Schuylkill League puzzle this year is Pottsville, who comes from the Berks League.
I'm looking forward to playing like some of my best friends that I've known all my life. A couple kids from North Schuylkill, kids from Blue Mountain. Playing, the schools more our size, I think it adds a little bit more fairness to our schedule and allows us to maybe, game in and game out, be able to put a more competitive team on the field because our numbers are very similar to the teams we are playing now.
Lehighton joined the league 2 years ago. Their transition went great winning it last season.
I think it's a great position to be in. I never mind being under the radar, so to speak, but I think when you have a target on your back, I think it kind of pushes you and challenges you to perform at a high level.
Now with 12 teams, the Schuylkill League will be split into big and small school divisions. But the style of play remains consistent from top to bottom.
You hear it growing up, and you hear it to this day. It's co-region football, which is known as, good old tough, hard-nosed football. And, people are proud to say it.
Just blue-collar kids looking to play some football. We all want to just do the same thing, want to be successful. We all have that drive to be the best that we can be.
Hazelton's rooting allegiances torn between the Rail Riders and Iron Pigs. Last night, though, a celebration of Hazelton during the Iron Rail Series. Tuesday was Hazelton Community Night at PNC Field, with State Representative Tara Toohill throwing out the first pitch to the native son, and the night was made possible by Scranton Wilkes-Barre Business Development Executive Russ Kanzler, who was happy with the turnout.
This is one of the big reasons why the Rail Riders brought me into the front office. They wanted to increase their presence in the Hazelton area. We didn't really have a big presence in that region, so we kind of wanted to expand our reach. We have Wilkes-Barre Scranton covered, and now we wanted to reach out to the Hazelton community.
Teams remain in the regular season, and the Rail Riders, after a win last night, now up 3 games on the Iron Pigs. Tonight, game 2 of a 3-game set. Also, the Scranton Times-Tribune reports that PNC Field will host the 2017 AAA National Championship game between the champions from the International League, which the Rail Riders play in, and the Pacific Coast League. IndyCar returns to Pocono next week for the ABC Supply 500. And after an announcement today, we know it will come back next year and the year after that. IndyCar and Pocono Raceway agreed to a 2-year extension. 2018 will mark the 6th straight year the series will race at the Tricky Triangle. The 2016 ABC Supply 500 is set for Sunday, August 21st. Drums native Casey Eichfeld, hoping to medal in the Rio Olympics, falls short in singles canoeing, finishing 7th, but he'll have another chance in doubles. USA Field Hockey, with 3 Wyoming Valley Conference grads on the roster, they look like they're an elite team right now and poised for a medal. The final score just in from today's match, the USA defeats Japan 6-1, improving to 3-0 in pool play. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbachik is in with a final look at the forecast.
M Valley Market, located at 699 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, is now open. It's your one-stop shop for gas or diesel, Green Mountain Coffee, Gears Iced Tea, Pennsylvania Lottery, tobacco products, and so much more. And don't forget, you can pick up your favorite candy and snacks. M Valley Market, 699 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo.
Vinny's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant in Hazelton, serving fresh homemade Italian food, pizza, pasta, wings, and home of the wedgie. Vinny's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant in Hazelton. Drive in or pick up, and we deliver. Call 455-4444.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Maylath Valley Health Systems in Cybersville, providing physical, occupational, speech, nutritional, and outpatient therapy. Also offering home health and hospice care. For more information, call 570-708-2929.
Well, we have to deal with the heat and humidity. Next couple of days, temperatures getting up into the 80s, many areas mid to upper 80s. Some of those overnight lows dropping down generally in the 60s, so we got some muggy nights ahead, and then a little bit cooler going into next week.
All right, well, that was certainly a downpour this weekend, this morning, because just driving in it, it was like a whiteout.
Yeah, we'll see those next couple days.
Oh, good. All right. Well, be safe out there if you're driving out on the roads during those heavy downpours, because I know personally the windshield goes basically white and all the trucks
And it
are
goes left
passing.
and right. That's how
If you
windshield
weren't
works.
sure.
You asked.
That's all. Have a good night, everyone.
It does.